Morning. Letting y'all trickle in. Morning. See where I'm at. I'm at the stairs. Morning. Fred Kroll Dart. Rodney Morrison, what's up? Y'all see where I'm at? Getting in at these stairs. 50 pounds of weight. Morning. All right, y'all. Hit that like button when you step up into place. Get these notifications going out. Yeah, last name is Doozy. Kroll Bart. So, taking you on the live ruck with me. A lot of shit going on. Yeah, 50 pounds. 50 pounds total, you know, including the 45-pound plate. NYC Riding, what's up? 45-pound plate. The water. My little electrolyte recovery drink / you know what I mean? Some other shit. So, well, what I want to talk about this morning, first thing, is what's going on in New Zealand. I don't know if you guys remember, but New Zealand claimed to have 0 coronavirus cases in the last 100 days, right? So, I'm about to start going up, y'all. 0 cases in 100 days of coronavirus in New Zealand, okay? Now, I want you to pay attention to the timeline and the chain of events, all right? Yeah, they're climbing up over there, allegedly. So, I'm gonna tell you something about the coronavirus. It ain't going nowhere. You understand? Now, this coronavirus is the Swiss Army knife of diseases, all right? It can do everything. It can give you blood clots, heart failure, kidney failure. It can give you, it could decapitate you. It could, give you athlete's foot, diabetes, tuberculosis, colon cancer, rectal cancer. The coronavirus does everything. Hell, it'll change a child's diaper. All right? And it'll give your child diaper rash in the process. Let me tell you something. Let's go over the change of events. Black Spring was good, baby girl. I heard getting it in because, you know, the coronavirus is everywhere. It does everything. So anyway, pay attention to the chain of events in New Zealand. What happened last year in New Zealand? Now, Understand, 50 pounds. Understand that New Zealand does not boast the same constitution we boast, right? They don't have a Second Amendment. They don't have a First Amendment that I'm aware of. But what happened last year in Christchurch? Make sure you protect yourself. I am. I ain't about to wear no mask doing this. I like breathing oxygen. You know what I mean? And I'm not in anybody's face, breathing their breath in. I'm good. You really going public? You know? I'm living life. I just went camping. I'm rucking now. 85% of cases of coronavirus that ended up in hospitalization in New York were from people who stayed at home and didn't go nowhere. You understand what I'm talking about? 2% of coronavirus patients are homeless. Where are homeless people? Outside. So I don't know about y'all. I'm gonna follow the homeless people's lead on this. Let me see. Let me check mine. 126. I mean, no damn sense. Ain't no way my heart rate's only on 126 right now. Anyway, so what happened in Christchurch? Well, y'all know that famous mosque incident, right? They had that famous mosque incident. And what happened very, very shortly after? Well, they took away your right to keep and bear arms. Observant stuff, what's up? So, see, I don't do leg day at the gym or at home. My gym is at home. I just come out here with my 50 pounds. That's my weight-bearing resistance exercise right there. And I'm getting cardio in at the same time. Anyway, they take away your rights in Christchurch, New Zealand. Okay? Then, what happens? CV happens, and they can very easily lock everything down in New Zealand. Why? Because the people don't have the means to stand up against tyranny. They gave that up. So now, they claim to have 0 cases in 100 days, right? And then they lift the lockdown, boom, 3 cases. 3 cases occur, and they're locking everything down again. And what can we do about it, New Zealanders? Nothing. Because you don't have 350 million firearms in your country. That's why. Guess what? Guess what your esteemed president said? Yo, if you're in our facility and we want you to get tested and you don't get tested, you gotta stay another 14 days. What can you do? Not a goddamn thing. What can your family do? They can't come bust you out. They don't have the means to do so. So, New Zealand is the United States bankster wet dream. You understand? That's what they want for this country. And you best believe, in New Zealand, if they have a vaccine, You think the people are going to have a choice? No, sir. No, sir. They won't have a choice. They won't have a choice. The vaccine comes out in New Zealand. Better believe those people are going to be violated. Well, Black Spring, Wet Autumn, you have a lot of good sense to believe that that's what, to be afraid of that's happening here. Because trust me, they have several bills in Congress that they want to pass that will take away your right to keep and bear arms. They already have the right. They already took away our rights for medical choice, right? We don't have a medical choice because of the Model State Health Emergency Powers Act that passed in 2001, bipartisanly, by the way. So that should tell you something about this left-right paradigm that people are so stuck in. When it comes to rights infringing issues, except for firearms, I will say that. They can't do that with the firearms because they know that people will turn on them hot quick. But with everything else, bipartisan. TAPS Act, bipartisan. Patriot Act, bipartisan. Red flag laws, bipartisan. It's funny how they can come together and agree when it comes to taking our rights away. When it comes to us giving up essential liberties for politically promised security, they on board. They on board. And guess what? We have people on the left and the right perpetuating these infringing ideologies, these rights infringing ideologies. Because guess what? Trump can say, hey, you know, even though for like 3-4 months he refused to wear a mask, all of a sudden he's wearing a mask and he's saying it's patriotic to wear one. But I don't hear the people on the right talking about that. I don't hear them talking shit about Trump for saying that. You know, because I called ABL. I called ABL the other day and I asked him, yo, Trump says it's patriotic to wear a mask. You gonna start wearing one? He said no. But that's all he had to say. No, I'm not wearing a mask. That's all you got to say about it? You ain't got nothing to say about Trump turning on y'all like that? Well, what else did he say? Yo, y'all got to get the vaccine. That's what Trump said. He said that. So if you have a question in your mind of whether or not Trump will sign a bill that would mandate coronavirus vaccines, y'all think he'll sign it? Well, I can tell you what I think. I think he'll sign it fast, quick, and in a hurry. Because he's banker bought. He was bailed out by the Rothschild Bank. Y'all know what I'm saying. The guy, I forgot his name, but he helped Trump get that bailout. He's banker bought, bro. You know what I'm saying? Yet, no one on the right talks about that. If Obama said, oh, wearing a mask is patriotic. Oh, y'all got to get shots. Y'all got to get vaccines. The right would tear him apart. They'd be all up in Obama's ass if he said wearing a mask is patriotic. But crickets on the right when Trump says it. See, that's the hypocrisy I can't roll with. Excuse me. That's the hypocrisy I can't fox with on the left or the right. I'm not left-leaning. I'm not right-leaning. I don't lean to politics. I don't vote. You know why? Because I can't vote for a ruler to rule over me. So why would I vote for a ruler to rule over you? Why? Because I have sense. I believe in true freedom. But the people on the left, on the right won't talk about that. They won't talk about the right. Also pushing, yeah, Trump is damn sure pushing 5G. And I think if you go back to 2006, right? I forgot what the technology was. See, this is what happens when you're training and talking at the same time. You can't necessarily focus on what you want to talk about. But y'all know what I'm talking about. How the military demonstrated millimeter weave. That's the best. That's the new weave, y'all. That's the new horse hair. You know what I'm saying? That's the Indian hair. Millimeter weave. You know what I mean? You get way more hairs per millimeter. You feel me? Anyway, so what do you get? Oh yeah, the military demonstrated how they use millimeter wave technology to disperse crowds, a non-lethal millimeter wave technology. What does 5G use? Millimeter wave technology. So why in the fuck are we allowing these people to put this millimeter wave technology on poles around our house? What was it? What's wrong with us? Why are we doing this? You know why? You know why the right is allowing 5G to go up? Because Trump said we need it. And that's the problem with cult of personality disorder and cognitive dissonance. If Obama was pushing 5G, oh no, the right wouldn't have it. Y'all wouldn't have it. Y'all would write about that. No, Trump said we need 5G, so guess what? We ain't got shit to say about it. That's that bullshit. Excuse me. And that's why I can't be on either side. Y'all both look like clowns to me. We all gonna have corona. Well, not me. You know why? They need a target. See, 5G is directed energy. It has to be directed. All right. Now, you just can't have anything that would attract the 5G to you. Now, when the military, they have a dish, a specific direction. When we have 5G put up, they can't do that, right? It has to have a target to direct it. Unlike with the military, those dishes, they have the dish to direct it. Well, they need something to attract the millimeter waves to you, which will be a phone, a headset, whatever. So as long as you don't have a 5G phone, you gravy. And as long as you don't have things injected into you, right? Nanotechnology that would attract 5G to you, that would send off frequencies, right? A certain frequency to activate whatever disease they want to dish out. As long as you don't have that inside your body, as long as you don't have your phone 5G capable, then I believe. Now, don't quote me on this, because I'm not a doctor, I'm not a scientist. I didn't create 5G. I didn't implement it. As long as you don't have something to attract the 5G to you, unless they have to actually have people posted somewhere with 5 millimeter wave dishes that would directly point it at you, which they might. You know what I'm saying? They'll have the shit on the poles that's not directed. And then they'll have maybe people stationed with the dishes to point it at people that they want to target. You never know. But, hold on, y'all. You know, they talk about the 5G. Well, yeah, so the 5G has to be, it's directed. It's not like the 4G. 4G just spreads out in every direction and it gets picked up. 5G don't do that. So just don't have the technology. Or have this knowledge. They're not going to have it more than 30 feet in the air and more than 200 yards apart from each other. 30 feet in the air. I say that's an attainable height. You feel me? If you needed to rectify something. Whew. I'm telling you, my fitness trainer's lying. Tell me I'm at 105 beats per minute. Goddamn liar. Damn technology. So look at this. You know, I wrote a book and I completed it in 2015. All right. And the book is about a disease that was created, right? And it's not like a natural disease. It's a man-made disease that is activated when you hit a certain frequency. You feel me? So in order to activate the disease, to get it to turn people into mindless cannibals, you have to hit it at a certain frequency. Because guess what? The shit that caused the disease was already in their body. They just needed to be activated. I wrote that in 2015. All right? And guess how the disease got in them? A vaccine. That's a spoiler. Because even in the first book, it doesn't say that. So I gave you guys a spoiler for my book. Yes, they got the nanotechnology in your system via vaccine that was supposed to be the vaccine in all vaccines. It was supposed to be a vaccine that eradicated everything that it came in contact with. And guess what it did? It did that for as long as they wanted it to. But when they were ready to flip that switch, they flipped that switch and the nanotechnology turned on them. 2015, y'all. You know what I was doing back in 2015 too? Buying gold, buying silver, buying lead, copper and brass. Everybody thought I was crazy. I was stocking up. I was like, some shit's gonna happen. You know? But I didn't have to tell nobody. I told friends. I wasn't on Facebook. I mean, I was on Facebook, actually. I wasn't on YouTube. I wasn't watching YouTube like that. You know? I just knew in my mind, we need to do something, me and my family, to make sure we're okay. Let some shit go down. And I did that, pimpins. Let's see. Let me read the chat. We're all gonna have, hold on. There's only going to be 2 groups of people vaccinated. There's only gonna be 2 groups of people vaccinated, and the ones that ain't vaccinated, there will be civil war in the United States. I agree. But not if Trump is in office. If Trump's in office, guess what? If Trump's in office, everybody on the right is gonna get a vaccine because Trump is gonna tell them to. Trump is gonna say, you know what? The vaccine's not that bad. I took it. Everybody should take it. And look at me. I'm living. Is my hair more orange? Then everybody on the right is gonna take the vaccine. It's that simple. I hope it's not that simple. And I'm being sarcastic. But I don't know what it's gonna take to get people to see that Trump is like all the rest of them. Warrior Lord. Was good, pimpin'. Yeah. So I hope it don't work out like that. Cause I don't want to be having to go up against that many people when I say fuck you in those vaccines. I don't want to do that. All right. I'm at this point right here. When I get to this point, I do lunges. You feel me? So, whew, looks very hot out there. Hey, it's like 80 degrees. Finally, 162. That's my heart rate. That sounds about right. Whew. But you know, I'm built for this. I'm built for this. That's my aerobic heart rate. You know, there's warm-up heart rate. There's your anaerobic heart rate, your aerobic heart rate. Right now, I'm still in my aerobic heart rate. I think my max is like 198. That's the highest I've ever gotten. Now, when you try to do hit at your true max heart rate, you're not gonna rest for 30 seconds. Trump is their puppet, and that's why he's in there. Exactly, I don't understand. 110 in Brazil, ooh wee. That's hot as footed nuck. I'm sure it's humid too. But, yeah. $162. Excuse me. So y'all tell me, are there any Trump supporters in here? Is there any Trump supporters? And if so, are you going to get the vaccine when he tells you to? When he mandates, when he signs that piece of legislation that's going to be bipartisan, right? It's going to be a bipartisan bill to mandate vaccines for everybody. Are you going to do it? Are you not going to do it? Are you going to say, well, it's the law. It's law now. It must be correct. Trump did it. Trump told us to do it. So we gonna do it now. That's the true test. Why do people keep saying he's the last president? Because they think that Trump is gonna do something very tyrannical, end presidency forever, and declare himself king of the United States. Some people think that. And the other ideology is that there won't be a country for a president to reside over anymore. It's gonna be chaos. They rolled him out for Agenda 2021. Yeah, you know why? I believe that. Because Trump says everything we want to hear, right? He's boorish. He's honest. He wants to drain the swamp, even though he filled the swamp back up with bigger, badder monsters. You know, he'll say what's on his mind. Shithole country, grab him by the pee. This is what middle America wants to hear. And y'all bought it. Hook, line, and sinker. Y'all bought into it. Continue to buy into the left-right paradigm lie. It's a lie. Two wings, same bird, pimpin'. Same bird of prey. And we're the field mice. Now my question is this. Are we going to be one field mouse for that hawk or that eagle to come and take? Or are there going to be thousands of field mice gnawing at the wings as they try to lift one mouse up? That didn't come out too smooth because I'm climbing up a hill right now. But y'all get what I'm saying. Why anarchy? Well, anarchy, that's my political ideology. No rulers, okay? I don't care what Merriam-Webster says. I'm going by the etymological meaning. No rulers. I don't want a ruler. I don't want a ruler to rule over me. And I don't want a ruler to rule over you. It's that simple. Voluntarism. You participate in whatever system you choose without force, without government influence and government bullying. I'm against government extortion that they call taxation. I'm against property taxes. So you mean to tell me I spend hundreds of thousands of dollars on this house and land, and I gotta pay you taxes to occupy it? Tell me where that makes sense. These are the end times, family. We must resist as a people. God made the body to self-sustain and cleanse and detox itself. No vax. That's bio-nanotechnology. Point blank and period, my friend. The mind is parable. I like that. You know, if you do the right things by your body will do the right things for you. Like doing cardio, going outside, breathing fresh air. Let me tell you what's in your house, okay? Floating around in the air. Dead skin, mold, CO2 can that easily escape from your house. It's floating around in your house. Your house is not for you to be sitting up in all day. No, it's for shelter at night, or when it's storming, or when it's too hot. Your house is not for you to be sitting up in there all day with the electronics, with the blue light and the white light at night. It's not meant for that. Space is the final frontier. Yeah. Yeah, you don't own your property, exactly. What kind of sense does that make? I think even in some cases, in some states, you can buy a parcel of land and you still have to pay property tax. Because you gotta keep the schools running, right? The schools. And you gotta get the roads built and all that. No, I'd rather put my tools on and patch up that road by myself with a few other people in the neighborhood than for you to take my money, hire a construction crew that's gonna mark everything up and waste my money. No, sir. I'm gonna give you a perfect example of voluntarism. They do have it worse. Small business owners have it worse. Yep, the mind is parable. You're absolutely right. Elijah, look, man. So, a perfect example of voluntarism at work is that 14-year-old boy who got tired of seeing potholes in the street that the city refused to fix. The city complained, oh, we don't have enough money to fill these potholes. We have to raise your taxes. No. This 14-year-old boy said, nah. So what he did was he created his own patching, right? He went out into the roads in his neighborhood and he patched the holes, the potholes himself. And of course, he's a kid and he's only using dirt and water. So he has to do it every few days. Imagine if some adults, some free-thinking, critical thinking adults took it upon themselves to get actual asphalt and patch the potholes themselves without waiting on the government to do it. Voluntarily participating in the beautification of their own neighborhoods. That's what voluntarism is all about. That's what anarchy is all about. I don't need a ruler to tell me or to take my money to get shit done. No. Why would I need that? If I want a road built, if I want a bridge built, then the people in that community can get together and hire a private contractor at a fair price. to do the work. Or you do it yourself. Learn how to use your hands. But they took shop class out of school, didn't they? You see what they're doing? They don't want us to be self-reliant. They don't want us to be independent. Even the people on the right. You see, the people on the right steady holler about smaller government, being self-sufficient, being self-reliant. But they want the cops to handle all the policing. They want government functionary cops to handle all the policing. They don't have it in their mind to think about how they could protect their communities on their own without worry of corruption, without worry of brutality and abuse, without worry of qualified immunity, because that's what cops get, qualified immunity. You don't have it in your mind to think, oh, I want smaller government. Don't you know that the police include government? That the government include the police? Who runs the police? Do you? No. Do the people in the community run the police? Do the police answer to you? No, they answer to the government. See how the cognitive dissonance is real. You understand? And the people on the left, they want to defund the police. They want the police to go bye-bye. But then at the same time, you want to take everyone's rights to keep them bear arms away? Do you see what I'm getting at? You see what I'm getting at? Both sides are equally idiotic. I'm sorry. When you sit back and think about it, you have to come to that conclusion. How can you not? If you think critically enough, then you would understand that none of this makes sense. So why in the hell are we continuing down this path? People on the right, let me ask you. What if the police answered to the community? What if the police answered to the community only? What if the community had a say in how the police operated and how they enforced laws and what they did that and the third? Is that something that you can grasp? Or does a government functionary have to run them? You see, the right think they've proven a point when, in Chicago it's going haywire, in Seattle it's going haywire, in Portland it's going haywire. You see what happens when there's no police? Oh, the police disappeared from these cities? The police are no longer in Portland? They're no longer in Seattle? They're no longer in Chicago? I'm sorry. As far as I know, God damn it, the police departments still exist in these cities. They went away? Oh, they're leaving. Okay, 10 to 12 officers left. The police still exist, right? The police are still there. Let me tell you what happened. Let me tell you why it's out of control in these cities. Because a government functionary, a mayor, or a commissioner told the police to stand down. Simple as that. Don't enforce this. Don't arrest these people. We're going to release these people back on the streets. Now you tell me. Is it because the police don't exist? Or is it because the police do what they're told by their government functionary masters? Did the police, are they completely gone? Or did the mayor say, don't worry about that. Don't arrest them for that. Did the police listen? Oh, yes, they did. Oh, yes, sir. But I guess what? If the police answered to the people in those communities that weren't in agreement with the rioting, weren't in agreement with all that, if they had control of the police, they would say, go arrest these motherfuckers. If they smash a window, set a fire, hit a person, arrest their monkey ass, and throw their ass under the jail. Guess what? That'll be a different story. But no, because the police answer to government functionaries, they have to do what the government functionary says. They have to enforce the laws that the government functionaries set in place. Come on, man. Yeah. Let me see. Let me read the chat here. Take order from top down. Freemasons, all of them. Exactly. I don't pay taxes on my property and taxes. That's what's up. That's what's up, man. Do what you got to do to make it work. Make it work. Handle your handle. That's what's up, NYC Writing. NYC Writing, I'm looking forward to an email from you, man. Because I'm ready to get with some like-minded people. It ain't happening here in California. Even with my closest friends, they're like, oh, we're going to Africa. Okay, well, and I thought about it. I was like, do I really want to go to Africa? Or is this my country too? Let me tell y'all something. The idiots that tell you, if you don't like what's going on in this country, then you should leave. They're simple-minded. You understand? Instead of saying, you have an issue with how this country is being ran. This person has an issue. There are millions of people that have issues with how this country is being ran. What can we do to improve things in this country? They want to say, leave the country. Well, I'll tell you what. Oh, leave the country. Because they don't have they can't think beyond the talking points that they are handed in ABC school, okay? They can't think beyond that. Because let me tell you something. When Obama was president, and the Democrats had control of the Senate and the House, who was complaining? The people on the right. So what if I told they monkey asses, oh, then you should leave the country. Go back to Europe. Go back to Australia. Go back to Dutchland. Go back to Vikinghood. No. It's always go back to Africa. Guess what? You motherfuckers brought us here. Right? Or we were here before. Now, he said we. Oh, are you still a slave? Snapzilla? Oh, are you still a slave? I'm not a slave. You're not a slave anymore. Oh, how can you say we? You have to be pedantic with some of these people. Anyway, so, and I'm not trying to rag on one ideology over the left are just as bad. I'm not pulling punches on y'all anymore. You know why? Because we ain't got that much time left. Y'all need to be hit over the head with reality or we're doomed. Look at what's going on in New Zealand. Huh? In New Zealand, they're locking the whole country down. If you're in a facility and you refuse to get tested, your ass is being locked down for another 14 days in that facility. You committed no crime. You hurt no one. You just don't want people swabbing your sinuses. You don't want the possibility of a false positive keeping you locked up in a facility for 14 days. So guess what? They're going to tell you, oh, well, you might as well get the swab then, because if you don't, you're going to stay 14 days anyway. False positives, false negatives. Listen, the PCR test was not designed to diagnose the disease, pimpins. They have not isolated and visualized this virus yet. Okay? They did not go through the proper procedures and protocols to even determine if this is a virus causing these issues. The Spanish flu. What was going on then? A big boom in industrialization. Electromagnetic fields all over the place. What's going on now? A lot of shit. Let me tell y'all something. New Zealand, that is the wet dream of these tyrants. That's the tyrant's wet dream. Look at it. Look. New Zealand was locked down. They haven't had a case for 100 days. How do they know that? How do they know that? How do they know? How do they know people didn't have it and just wrote it out? How do they know that? How do they know that people did just write it out until they got over the symptoms? How do they know people didn't sit at home and say, you know what? I'm not going to the hospital. I'm going to see what happens. I'm going to ride this thing out. I'm going to see if this gets worse. And if I get better, then there's no need for me to go to the hospital. It's like when you catch the flu, right? It's like when you catch the flu. Last time I caught the flu, I didn't go to goddamn hospital. As a matter of fact, last time I had flu-like symptoms was December of last year, right? And I feel like, you know, that if the CV did exist, then I probably had it in December. Let me tell you why. I don't get the flu that often, right? I probably, in the last 20 years, gotten the flu 3 times. I don't get flu vaccines. I don't. Not since I left the Army, okay? So I've been out the Army for almost 20 years. Active. I haven't been active for 20 years, okay? So since that time, I haven't had a flu vaccine. When you're in the military, you have to get the vaccines. It's just what it is. You understand? I haven't had it in 20 years. Had the flu 3 times. Every time I had the flu, I was out, what, a day, 2 at the most? Maybe a little bit of lingering symptoms after that for maybe another week. This year, or last year, I was out for 4 or 5 days, like on my ass for 4 or 5 days. With the fever, with all these symptoms. Now, I didn't have the shortness of breath and nothing like that, but I did lose my sense of taste and smell. And but that was back in December. So I didn't know what the heck was going on. I was like, man, this is going to pass in like 2 days. Because that's what happens. 3 days later, I'm like, okay, I'm still on my ass with this flu, right? Then on the 5th day, I was like, what the? On the 6th day, I was still laid out. Now, I went back to work, right? But I can only be at work for like 2 hours. And I was like, I got to go, y'all. Good thing I was a general foreman. I could do that. So I'll show up, make sure my guys were good, make sure they had everything they needed. And I was like, man, I cannot do this. And then I would go to the stairs. I would come to the stairs to exercise, call myself trying to kick the flu out of myself. Man, I do one circuit up the stairs. And I was like, man, I got to go. You understand what I'm saying? But I did something. I got out. I was moving. I didn't stay my ass in the house. I went out for as long as possible every day. You understand? Now, this was before we knew anything about the CV. But I feel like I had it. My whole house had it. Hell, my friends, we all had gotten together for a birthday party. You know what I'm saying? And everybody was getting sick. Some of those 2 roommates with coronavirus symptoms. One went to the hospital and died. Others stayed home, lived, but the hospital was still looking. Of course they are. And that's what's going to happen. And 70% of black people was already here in America. Of course they were, but they don't want to see, listen, man. There was no way that millions of slaves were brought over here over the course of time that they said. With the type of ships they had, there's no way. There's no way. There's not even, where the ships at? Where the ships at? Like you said, they found about 30 of them. We were already here. The Dogon, right? Listen, we ain't got to argue with these people. We know what's up. We know what's up. I already know that. All right, let me get my lazy ass going again. But look, last time I did this, y'all, I was talking to you guys and walking these stairs, and I was a lot more wore out than I am now. I'm improving. Let's see. It lasted 3 weeks on me. Last November, December, all symptoms, I wrote it out. You know? Oh, good for you, 60 years old. Now, I'm not a doctor. I'm not giving you medical advice. So don't take it as that. I'm telling you what I did when I had those symptoms. Okay? And believe me, I believe that I did not have the shortness of breath because I was exercising still. I was still moving around. I was still moving working it out. You understand? Whatever is contaminant, if you have contaminants in your lungs, it's a lot easier for your body to get them out if you're breathing deeply, you know, because you're going to jostle whatever it is in there around, and your body's going to expel it a lot more easily than if you sit your ass down in the house feeling sorry for yourself. So, even after those 5 to 7 days, I was out of relative commission. It lingered for 2 more weeks. 2 more weeks. That don't happen to me. So, my immune system was working overtime to get that shit out. 164. Oh my God. First long exercise, exactly. Even when I'm at home and I'm watching TV with my wife, when I'm in high school, I'll take deep breaths. Right, I go, hold it for 5 seconds and force the air out. That will expel things that aren't supposed to be in your lungs. You also want to take lung expectorants, right? Sinus expectorants. These are things that help expel mucus. Well, not the mucus. The mucus is there for a reason. The mucus is there to trap whatever toxic substance is in your body. So what you're doing is you're expelling the mucus that has entrapped the substance. Now people tell you, oh, you don't want mucus in your body. You do want mucus in your body. You do want the mucus. That's how you fight disease. The mucus traps the disease and it expels it from your body. That's why you cough. That's why you sneeze. That's why you have fevers. That's why you get pneumonia. And what's supposed to happen with that pneumonia, you're supposed to expel it from your lungs. Whatever it has entrapped, it expels it from your lungs and gets rid of it. Now, I'm not a doctor. Okay, so don't take that as medical advice. Don't take that as a doctor's knowledge. I'm just telling you what I've researched and what I've learned and what I think works for me. You understand? So, TB. Eat raw. Yeah, I suggest. Yeah, eat raw. Do different things, man. Eat a lot of raw vegetables and fruit. Eat a lot of raw vegetables and fruit. And if you're gonna eat meat, I would tend toward leaner meat. Because they say, now, if the CV thing is real, y'all know how I feel about it. If you go back in my older videos earlier this year, y'all know what I believe about the CV. But if it exists as they say it does, it has a fat membrane, right? It has a coating made of fat. So you would think that you would want to limit the amount of saturated fat you took in. I don't know. It might enforce the coating of this virus. I have no idea. No doctor. I'm just trying to use some common sense. So I eat a lot more vegetables and fiber. Fiber is the key. You right? I never understood why people think mucus is bad. When it gets sickness out of your body, they just don't understand. They think the mucus is the disease. It's not. Stay away from meat. I ain't gonna lie, in YC riding, I still eat lean meat. Especially fish, even though fish ain't lean. The omega-3s in fish are top notch. Salmon, I still eat salmon. Thing about no meat for me is I can't last like that. I ain't knocking veganism, but I don't think it's for me. I actually did vegan before for like 3 months. For 3 months, I was a vegan. Well, wait a minute. I'm lying. because I still ate fish. I didn't eat red meat. I didn't eat chicken. I ate mostly fish. Well, rarely fish. Every other day, every few days, I had some fish, but mostly it was vegan. And I lost like 35 pounds. But then, after a while, ghrelin started punching me in the face. And I was eating too many carbs. And I started gaining that weight back. So really for me, it's about a balanced diet. But I tend to eat a lot of fiber. Dude, man. A lot of fiber. A lot of different kinds of fiber. No, I stay away from dairy now. Dairy aggravates my my GERD. So I stay away from dairy. I stay away from whey protein. I have to now, when I take protein powder, it has to be vegan protein powder. But y'all hear what I'm saying? We don't have much time left. Look how quickly they were able to commit tyranny in New Zealand after just 3 cases. 3 cases. The people's rights were stripped away from over there. And we don't want that. So, what are we gonna do out here to make sure that doesn't happen to us? First step, get out of this left-right paradigm mentality. That's the first step. Recognize that they're committing a pincer attack on the people. All right? Right pincer, left pincer on the attack. Whew. So, first step, let the left-right paradigm lie go. And call these people out. Call out the left with their BS. Call out the right. Call out the AOCs. Call out the Brandon Tatums. The ABLs. Call them out when you see the hypocrisy. I drink almond milk too, but I like I like let me see, what did you say? I like macadamia milk. That stuff is delicious. I use macadamia milk when I eat my French toast. I hacked mucus in a cup. It weakened me bad. Yeah, you probably hacked up too much mucus, but I mean, your body will produce more as long as the mucous membrane exists. You'll have more. Now, let me tell you something. I had a friend who, she did a cleanse. She did that, the apple cider. No, she did the honey, maple syrup bullshit cleanse for like, I don't know how many days, 7 days, where all she drank was lemon and honey, or lemon and maple syrup. That shit. Y'all know what I'm talking about. With the cayenne pepper. Well, guess what? She lost a lot of weight. But guess what else she lost? Her mucous membrane. She hacked up and shat out her entire mucous membrane. She was fucked up. So, you guys gotta be careful with these cleanses. If you're gonna do a cleanse like that, you gotta make sure you replenish the good bacteria, because it doesn't discriminate. Just like the antibiotics don't discriminate. For those who can get firearms, if you don't have a Class 1 firearm license for full auto, get a binary trigger. Good advice. I don't even know I don't think we can get a Class 1 firearm license out here for full auto in California. Dr. Fauci will push that narrative lie about the second COVID-19. Oh yeah, but look at what Fauci said. Oh my God, can y'all see me? Fauci said that the vaccine might not even work. In fact, it might make it worse because of the cyclotypes or whatever the hell they call them. The little antibody things that will overwhelm your system and attack everything and not just the virus. And that's how a lot of people are dying. The cytokines. So the cytokines overact. And that's what they call an autoimmune disease. The cytokines will overreact and flood your system to the point where it'll kill you. It'll shut down all your organs and you'll go into sepsis shock. So, gotta be careful. That's what he's saying a vaccine could potentially do. And supposedly, that's what's happened to people who got over the CV-19. They were good for a few weeks, and then their body attacked them with a cytokine cyclone or something, whatever they call it, and sent them over the edge again. Oh, whew. Oh man, yo, woo! Y'all got me working, y'all. But I got one more round up the path before I'm done. Progressive overload. Whew. Hold on. Oh man. Woo. This one's a doozy, y'all. I think just about anything you want in Kentucky. Word. Missouri too, right? Oklahoma. Oh yeah. Fauci, yeah, he said that. NYC Ronnie said, he said in 2014 that in 2020 there will be a pandemic. Yes. Lactose intolerance is because your gut damaged and most people can repair it. Well, my gut, something's definitely wrong with my gut. With this GERD issue. It just came out of nowhere. Well, not really. I had it before, but I nipped it in the bud because I went to this nutritionist. I went to this cardiologist, actually, because I thought I was having heart issues. I had gotten in a car accident, and my weight got up to about 280 pounds, and I was in bad shape. And, I thought I was having heart issues. But it turned out I had leaky gut syndrome or GERD. But I went to this cardiologist. And she's one of those holistic cardiologists. So we went through the whole test. I had good blood pressure. My My, my heart was good. I did the test on the treadmill and all that. It turned out it was my gut. I had really bad heartburn. But she gave me this restore treatment, and it got better. And I need to go ahead and get that again because, you know, even though my GERD is better, it still acts up every now and then. And I can't be having that. Especially if we're gonna go, once shit start popping off, I don't need heartburn fucking with me. Let's see. I don't need nobody's heartburn. Other than that, my health is excellent. Yes, these are the best workouts. Yeah. Oh, I'm good, Frank. I just, woo. You know, it's just talking with 50 pounds on you as you're climbing stairs takes a toll. But it builds me a better heart. My heart will love me for it. You know what my resting heart rate is? My average resting heart rate, 51 beats per minute. 51 beats. So my heart has to work. My heart does not have to work that hard to pump blood through my body. Because I do cardio like this. Yeah, 51. And when I sleep, sometimes it gets down to 48, 45. Because I have, the heart monitor. Yeah. My blood pressure when I got it checked last time was 106 over 67. It's all because of cardio. Yeah, 51 beats per minute. That's my resting heart rate. To lower your resting heart rate, now, you don't want to be like in the 30s or in the low 40s or, you know what I'm saying? Then you dying. But yeah, 51, that's optimal. That means your heart has to work less. It doesn't have to work that hard to pump blood through your body, and that's what you want. You want excellent circulation. Hello from North Georgia. I needed this today. Went to the grocery store, and because I refuse to wear a mask, people look at me like I'm the crazy one. Thank you. Hey, you know what? Sharon Fulton. People have been looking at me crazy for years because I'm always talking about prepping, always talking about being prepared, always talking about shit hit the fan scenarios. People are gonna look at you crazy when you think outside the box. You know how they say, well, if 50 people have a problem with you, then it might be you? No, not always. Interesting. I've been out here for what? Over an hour. Didn't have no connection issues. Anyway, so Sharon Fulton, don't worry about that. And I can see you're not worried about it. I don't worry about it. Hell, even here on the stairs. You want to go out and not be judged for not wearing a mask? Go somewhere where they exercise a lot. Because I tell you what, they're going to take their mask off. And they can't look at you crazy then. I don't even bother. Like, we're outdoors. Yep, I just expected some motherfucking mucus out of my throat. Did y'all see that video I did earlier, right before my live? I was hot, y'all. I don't know if y'all saw that, but check it out after this live. I don't wear a mask anywhere I go. If they don't want me in this store, I don't care. Cool. Yeah. Whew. That was a good burp too. So look, there's nothing to fear but fear itself. And stress will take a toll on you. Stress will weaken your immune system. Wearing a mask will contribute to that. Wearing a mask, right? A mask where it tells you that it's not designed to keep out a goddamn virus, let alone the coronavirus. It tells you that right on the packaging. Look, stress and fear will weaken your immune system. And when you wear that mask, you're breathing in your own CO2, which puts your body into distress. Okay? Yeah, I don't care what people think about me. My wife has stage 4 lung cancer and she is dying. So yes, I have a mask inside the store since, oh my God, man, I'm sorry to hear that. Sorry to hear that, Frank. Many prayers to your wife, and I hope she transitions painlessly into wherever we go after this. Wherever we go. Very sad. You know, you want to protect the people you love. Okay. So you want to respect your elders. You want to respect your mother and father. If they believe in this, if they believe in the CV and the pandemic, just don't go around them. You know, live your life. Don't go around them. And, you know, you just do what you do. You know? So I did a video and posted it right before I did this live, addressing some idiots, okay? Now let me tell you. I did a video on heavy duty country's take on the NFAC. And many people who follow the a heavy duty country lack comprehension skills, okay? And weren't really paying attention to what I was saying, but they cherry picked what they thought they wanted to hear, okay? So, and then I did a video on the McCloskeys, right? The St. Louis couple and their mishandling of firearms, and how heavy duty country did a video about them, but didn't mention anything about their mishandling of firearms. And people are all in my shit talking about, oh, the McCloskeys didn't claim to be firearm experts. Oh, they didn't march on Stone Mountain. They didn't do this, they didn't do that. Well, guess what? They're firearm owners. They're firearm owners. If you're me on my live, people calling me on my fucking live, man. If you're a firearm owner, I don't care if you're a lawyer, a doctor, a veteran, a special forces motherfucker. I don't care if you're a Green Beret, a Navy SEAL. You better operate that firearm safely. It doesn't matter what you are. It doesn't matter what your color you are. You decided to purchase a firearm. It's your responsibility. All right, peace out, James Scrivener. Am I saying that right? You decided to pick up a firearm and own that shit and operate it. So you better do it safely. And that's the whole point. I've been retired for 18 years and going strong. That's what's up, Johnny Taylor. So my message to heavy duty country followers is, why are you being hypocrites? Why are you giving the McCloskeys a pass for pointing their muzzles at each other and having their fingers on the trigger? Because they're lawyers. Because you want to prove a point. That shows how retarded you are. I'm sorry, y'all. I gotta throw it out there. I don't know any other way to say it. We have to stop sugarcoating and protecting these people's feelings, right? They want to call the left snowflakes. Well, they act just like snowflakes too. I don't know. Yeah, they might be just racist. I don't know. But if you think it's okay for a white couple to point muzzles at each other and have fingers on the trigger, but you get on black people for having scopes on backwards and jam 22s, well, how else are people supposed to look at you? Y'all tell me. I'm not the smartest guy, right? But I operate in common sense. And that's as intelligent as I need to be. I feel in my mind. Common sense takes you far, right? Woo. Thank you guys for hanging with me strong as I tackle this hill with these stairs and all that. You know, I just don't get it. It's a straw man. No one is talking. I'm not arguing their ideology. I'm not arguing what their mission is. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about this set of people operated firearms and another set of people operated firearms. That's how I'm looking at it. I'm not looking at color. I'm not looking at background. So you shouldn't either. If you want to convince people that you're not racist, then be even across the board. The reopening is about color or reprogramming. It's about our guns. Yeah. And that's really what it's all about. You can't excuse people's unsafe firearm habits because they're not ex-military. You don't have to be military or a cop to know how to operate a firearm safely. What are we talking about? Y'all help me understand it. I wish some heavy-duty country fans were in here. Right? Be balanced with criticism, exactly. And that's what I am. I criticize NFAC. I criticize GMJ. And you don't think they come after me? When I do that, call me coons. I ain't never been called a coon before in my life either. Before I started saying something about Grandmaster Jay. Never in my life. Oh my God. Ain't nothing like a beautiful black woman. Sorry, guys. I'm not being racist. It's just, to me, there's nothing like a beautiful black woman. I'm sorry. There are some beautiful white women out there, beautiful Hispanic women. They're beautiful. Freaking, as a matter of fact, let me tell y'all something, man. When I was in Korea, woo-wee, I had the baddest. She was Russian, okay, Russian chick, straight from Russia, like. But she was built like a brick shit house. Let me tell y'all something, man. She worked at a candy factory out there. So what they do is they'll typically go to another country. There'll be drinky girls, what they call them. Drinky girls, like what they, they're not prostitutes. They're not strippers. They can't strip. They can't prostitute. But they'll be your girlfriend for a night if you buy them some drinks. And they're not really drinking any alcohol. They're drinking juice. And you drink alcohol and you give them $20 for them to hang out with you. Drinky girls. So they're either drinky girls or they'll go work at the candy factory out there or something. But I had a Russian chick in Korea. Oh my God. She was something else. But her name was Natasha. She had black hair, like she cut like this, she was built like a brick shit house, boy. Thick, just little tiny waist, big ass, big titties, big natural, and she was beautiful. One of the most beautiful women I ever been with. So I'm not racist. I had one white girl in my life, and she was Russian. But she was beautiful. Hips like a motherfucker. Boy, let me tell you, the mind is parable. Ooh, let me tell you them hips. And I'm about to get vulgar, y'all. So if y'all got children, or if you're Christian or Islamic, or if you're religious, you might want to cover your ears. But yo, when we got busy, she know how to throw that thing, boy. Let me tell you, she would throw that thing like it was nobody's business. She was sweating. She would be sweating as hard as I sweat when I get it in. Let me tell you something. We had a great time. I'm Puerto Rican and my wife is black. Nothing better than that. That's what's up. Taino. You know what I'm saying? Black too pimping. But let me tell you, man. Whew, Natasha. She was something else. She had this accent, like this throaty, sexy, sultry voice. So trust me, I can admire white women too. I just think, just personal preference, the chocolate the better. I like chocolate women. Nothing like chocolate. To me. Anyway, so what was I saying before I went down the road of degradation and decadence? Oh, so black is beautiful, yes. Oh yeah. So I wish the heavy duty country fans were in here. right now so we have a real discussion. Because it's real easy to take your faceless ass into somebody's comment section, talk all kind of shit. Oh, you're driving and talking to the phone at the same time with your kid in the car. Because they had no real argument. How many people in here have talked to people while they were driving? Whether it be hands-free on the phone, or their wife sitting next to them, or their children in the back. So you mean to tell me, so when you drive and people in the car with you, you don't talk to them? When I talk to in my videos in the car, how hard do you think that is? I don't have the phone. I'm not texting and driving. I'm not looking at my phone. No. It's like I'm talking to somebody in the car with me. Clowns. That's how you know they don't have a real argument. They'll attack straw men. And that's okay. I love it. It just exposes the ignorance. Even though they call me ignorant. It is what it is. I love it. That's why I like and love every comment. Because I love when people exercise free speech. All right. I have watched Haley Country, or whatever the hell his name is, but I believe in watching as many as you can. Yeah, that's what I do. That's why I watch, Brandon Tatum. Why you watch ABL? Because I want to know what line of BS people are being fed. Like, if I didn't watch Brandon Tatum, I wouldn't have known that he said that he would kill a 90-year-old woman if he had to, if a 90-year-old woman called in for a burglary. That's what he said. He said, if a 90-year-old woman calls in a burglary, I have to be ready to kill that 90-year-old woman as a cop. How would I know that if I didn't watch him? How would I know that the millions of people that watch him agree with that? It's good to know and to be informed of what the people you don't think like are doing. I don't want no echo chamber. I don't want to be in no echo chambers. I like to break up echo chambers. That's why I call ABL. I break the monotony. I break the kiss-ass calls he gets. Oh, ABL, you're so great. Oh, you woke me up. Oh, you talk so much sense. It's just a bunch of ass kissing so that they can get their little, I don't know. I call in and I talk about shit that ABL's not even informed about, like Gavi and Bill Clinton, right? How they're starting a pilot program in West Africa to tie currency to vaccines, digital currency. If you don't have the vaccine, you don't get this digital currency. I'll call into a show and talk about that. He had no fucking idea. His people aren't that well informed. And he'll be like, oh yeah, I'll look into it. He ain't gonna look into it. It doesn't serve his narrative or his purpose. Now, I don't call in and disrespect him, or I don't call in and get too aggressive, because he'll just put you on mute and, cut you off or tell you he has to go. So I have to be strategic with how I approach ABL on the phone when I call into a show. And when I asked him, is he gonna wear a mask now because Trump said it's patriotic, I had to put him out there. I had to see what he said. He said he wouldn't, but we'll see if Trump signs into law. Conservative National Party line. Exactly. That's all it is. They have to toe the party line or they don't get the shine they get. Look at the meteoric rise of Brandon Tatum. Look at that. And I ain't even mad at him. Get your 1 million subscribers, Pippin. But Brandon Tatum pushes the narrative. He pushes the left-right paradigm lie. You know? And that keeps him in the good graces of the YouTube gods. So they have rewarded him with many subscribers. And that's how you get down. Hey, if that's how you want to get down, that's how you get down. But I recognize what you're doing. Because I remember one night, he got kind of drunk on his little wine, right? And Trump, yeah, light duty country, that's funny. And Trump had just signed that the CARES Act. And we saw a uniquely genuine moment. Oh, Wax Dog was good. We saw a uniquely genuine moment from Brandon Tatum. We saw a uniquely genuine moment where he was distraught by what Trump had just done. And he was questioning his ideology. And I said, I gave him a super chat because I saw that he had a moment of clarity. He had taken the clear pill. You know how they talk about the red pill and the blue pill? No, you don't want none of those pills. You want the clear pill. The clear pill is the pill of voluntarism. It's the pill of anarchy. All right? The clear pill. So I said, let me give him this clear pill. So I gave him a super chat and I said, what if we decentralize government and every state controlled its own state to start and work our way from there? What if we decentralize the government and gave the powers back to the states? And when I say give the power back to the states, I mean to the people that live in those states. All right, NYC, yeah, hit my email. So, what if we did that? And he was like, you know what, man? He read my super chat. He said, you know what? That don't sound like a bad idea. This close. But guess what? The next day, he saw what he had done in that live. He walked all that back. Now look at him. People got on his ass too. How can you doubt Trump? Trust the plan. Q said this. Q said that. Oh, it's like make-believe. It's like the Wizard of Oz, yo. Q is the Wizard of Oz. Who's behind the curtain? Y'all believing in some fucking Q guy that's supposed to do some shit for you? That knows Trump's plan? What are you kidding me? Are you serious right now? Yes. A lot of pedophiles, a lot of elite pedophile rings have been broken up. Yes, that's true. But for what purpose? And the shit's still going on. Q is a right-wing supporter. But let me tell you something. There are still all these rings out here. We're supposed to see mass arrest of all these celebrities. Their adrenochrome is supposed to be cut off. You know, we are seeing something. Ellen DeGeneres is having problems. But I need to see more than that to believe in Trump. Because let me tell you something.
Well, you know what?
I don't want to hear nothing about no 4D chess.
Because I got an email.
I don't want to hear nothing about 5D chess, 20D chess, 8 million D chess. He has to wait to get reelected. Come on, man. Q's right-wing supported this info. Yep. He knows some stuff like Nexium and Epstein, but it's still here. Yeah. We got Cosby. Okay, yeah. Let me tell y'all something, man. Let me, even if Trump is the savior y'all think he is, you got to be ready. You can't be relying on that. Because Trump cannot do anything against the bankers. The bankers is not enough for Trump to do it all on his own. We have to stand up and do for ourselves as well. Let me tell y'all something. Pull your head. No, first you got to get your ass out the sand. Get your ass out the sand and pull your head out of your ass. Okay? Now, let me see. Read a couple chats. Tom Hanks hiding in Greece. They don't charge pedophilia. You know, Daniel Rodriguez. Let me tell you something. If Trump is that dude, then he needs help, right? He don't need us sitting on our hands waiting for him to make every move. We have to be able to move without him. That's the point. So that if we find out that he's full of shit and Q's full of shit, we're not surprised and we can still get shit done. But if we rest on our laurels for Trump, then we're gonna be asked out. Isaac Cappy was all on Hanks. Well, we know what these people are about. We know what these people are about. And can we deny that Trump said some freaky shit about his daughter? I mean, come on. That's all I'm saying. Joe and Brianna Debater, musicians, Galapagos Islands, Joe and Brianna Debater Tavares. I like Joe and Brianna. Not really a fan of Deborah. And Joe and Brianna doesn't like Deborah that much either. But Joe's my guy. Joe and Brianna, he's the man. Trump party in the 80s and 90s. Yep. He did. Look, if y'all don't think Trump is part of that elite class, I don't know where y'all got that information. I don't know what make y'all think that he's not a part of the elite class. Joe's a beast. He needs a lot more support. He should be at 500,000 subscribers by now. But when you speak that real, you grow very slowly. He's been doing this for like 10, 15 years. Just speaking the truth. Longer than that, actually. I don't know how long exactly he's been on YouTube, but he's been spitting that truth for a very long time. He's been involved, making moves, not just talking about it, he's being about it. He has great websites. Y'all check Joe and Brianna out. The Fullerton Informer. He the man. He spits the truth. Yeah, Donald Trump said that Epstein was a good guy, and there's many pictures of them together. Yeah, he's a good guy. He's a good guy. He likes the girls a little young, but he's a good guy. I can't do accents. I can't do voices on. I can't do Trump voice like some people. Your boy Brian from High Impact Vlogs, High Impact Flicks, he does it good. Tim Pool does Trump good. I can't do it. You understand? I can't do it. I sound like a retarded Don Corleone when I do it. Whew. Almost done, y'all. Almost at the tippy top. Almost at my truck. And I can unload. Woo, I can unload this shit. Ooh wee. Yeah, so y'all make sure y'all get out there and train, man. Get your heart pumping. Get your lungs working. Fight off this Rona. Keep your lungs clear. In order to do that, you have to move. You have to do work. Sitting up in the house is not going to save you. Remember, 85% of people hospitalized in New York were the ones staying at home. Cuomo was baffled. Remember that. All right. Yeah. Almost there. Wax Dog. Wax Dog, man. Y'all check out Wax Dog channel. He right there. Hush Boys, Wax Dog. Great channel. Funny videos. You know what I'm saying? Whew. Thanks to Minus. Well, I'm here. Here in my truck. Here in my truck. Oh my God. Oh. It feels good just to see my truck, y'all. Oh. Woo. I think I showed y'all the other day what I was working with. But if y'all weren't on that live, y'all want to see that live, I got it right here in this pack. Check this out. Your boy ain't playing. That was in my pack. That was in my pack, 45 pounds. Y'all see that? You slide it right up in here. This is a great backpack for rucking. Have a little board in there to keep it from slamming into your back. Anyway, I gotta get off of this. My wife called. She's upset because I didn't interrupt my live to answer a phone call, so now she's cussing me out in a text message. Thank you. God bless you too, Sharon. Man, a cold shower, you need it right bed, man, I tell you. I'm about to do some jump roping though. About to do some jump roping before I head on out of here. Cause that's how I get down. Let me show you what I got in terms of my ropes. I brought 4 of them out today. I got my 2-pound rope, my 1-pound rope, my 1/2-pound rope, and my 1/4-pound rope. I'm about to go get that in right now. Anyway, peace out, guys. Much love to you. And wish me luck with my wife. She's very pissed. Peace.